So anyway, no, Earth Day is today, Monday.
If you're watching
If you're watching it on Monday.
If you're watching this on Monday, Earth Day is today.
And
we're just going to start right now.
Yeah.
If you're watching this today, it's Earth Day.
It's Earth Day.
Earth Day.
And I was riding the train the other day, and I saw an advertisement for promoting Earth Day.
Really?
Yeah.
What did it say?
Well, it was giving fun, good activities to do to celebrate Earth Day.
Now, is Earth Day Arbor Day?
Earth Day and Arbor Day, two totally different things. Arbor Day will be Thursday of this week.
So they're like back to back.
They're back to back.
They throw them all into one week.
Yeah.
Which day do you plant a tree? Arbor Day.
Arbor
right?
Day.
Yeah, because Arbor's for trees, right?
Arbor's for trees.
Not arson. Arson's for lighting trees. For lighting stuff on fire.
Yes.
Different than Arbor.
That's different than Arbor.
Yeah. When's Arson
And
Day?
Arbor Day actually used to be Armistice Day, but we don't need to get into that.
Was that for like the end of World War I or something?
Day of Peace. Yeah.
Day of Peace.
Yeah. And then they said, we don't want peace.
Yeah,
Let's
no
focus on trees.
There's no money in peace. There's hardly money in trees. But definitely not in peace.
Yeah, but there's more money in trees because you can chop those down.
So we got Earth Day, and then we got Arbor Day 3 days later. What was the ad for Earth Day?
Well, the ad for Earth Day was giving ideas on ways to celebrate Earth Day. Okay? And some of them, they were good ideas. I mean, they were ideas you would expect. You know?
Buy.
Well,
it's time to buy.
They were like, ride a bike, pick up trash,
buy a war bond,
recycle.
I'm gonna buy a U.S. war bond.
Recycle, and then the last one was learn from books and film. So it's just a guy who's like, I'm
all out of ideas.
I don't know. Watch TV.
Books and film.
The guy that fucked himself. he made the poster too big. He's got to add another thing.
Where do you find out stuff about anything? Where do you find out more stuff? Books and film. Famously, what the library has to offer. You go to the library.
What the library has to offer. Yes.
Film. Yeah.
You go to get books and film.
Yeah.
Yes, and
we've talked about this before, but why don't they because they're making all these AIs now, and they're all programmed by like all the information on the internet.
Yes.
Why didn't they just download the library?
Go to the local library.
Because if you made an AI based on the library, it would be like wise.
Yeah, it would be nice and wise.
Yeah, it wouldn't be deeply racist in its core.
No,
like every chatbot.
No,
when you take off the safety wheels.
Right. And it's. I don't know why they don't do that. Maybe perhaps it would be a pain to copy every book.
You have to photocopy every page. It's a nightmare.
It's much more easier to just let it read YouTube comments and learn from that.
Yeah. How about just YouTube and Reddit comments, and then that'll be the AI.
Yeah.
You would have to have the guy photocopy every page, scan that, digitize it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I do at work sometimes is I photocopy things. And let me tell you, it is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it seems
a
like
big, heavy book like that. You can't.
Right.
You gotta mash the fucking.
You gotta
cover
smash
down.
it. Yeah, smash the spine into the fucking machine.
Yeah.
Now tell me this: when you're making copies, as a little prank, do you ever pull down your fucking pants, shove your ass cheeks on the copy machine, make a couple fucking Xeroxes of your ass cheeks, turn that into the boss? The fucking tired of taking it from the man all day.
And then I say, here's my 2 cheeks notice. Oh, hey, here we go.
Trent Mabry, folks.
All right.
See him at the Philly Slop House this weekend. That was pretty good. Trent, well, do you want to tell the folks at home what this podcast is and what we're about?
Well, Joe, I would love nothing more. This is Echo Chamber with Joe and Trent, the only podcast where 2 comedians read the Wall Street Journal because one of us
gets it for free from work. And we'll never tell which.
Take it to our grave. Joe, you want to give us a rundown? Maybe start us.
Yeah, we're going to give everybody a little rundown of what the stories we're going to be hearing today. Well, first, Trent, we are going to be hearing about the leaders in Latin America have been trading barbs. They've been kind
Ay,
of
Dios mío.
they've been roasting each other.
Really?
Well, over on the other side of the world, we got conflict and war, but in Latin America,
Yeah.
we just got guys on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, and calling each other jabronis.
Jabroni.
All kinds of things.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
That's
Leaders
exciting.
of Latin America, they're talking shit on each other. It's kind of funny.
I love a good
But
Latin.
could it lead to conflict?
Oh, let's hope not. That's the last thing we need
Just
is
some good
more
old-fashioned
conflict in
shit
this
talk.
world. Well, and maybe a lighter story. Joe, did you ever have braces?
I did.
So did I. Well, kids are getting fake braces now.
What does that mean, fake braces?
It's a new look, a new fashion look, fake braces.
Like they don't need braces and
they
they're
don't
getting
need
them anyway?
braces, but they're putting them on.
Well, that has done a fucking complete 180 from when I was a kid. When I found out I had to get braces, I cried and slit my wrists. I was like, I'm never going to kiss a girl in my life.
Oh, no.
Why would you have braces? Well, we'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Well, Trent, we're also going to be hearing about, you're familiar with Costco.
Sure.
Where families go to buy things in bulk, oftentimes.
Yes, bulk buying
Well, they've struck gold with the sale of bars
of gold.
of gold.
There's Costco selling bars of gold.
They're selling bars of gold.
Big bulk
And they're
bars.
flying off the shelf.
Really?
They're selling literal bars of gold and they're flying off the shelf.
Wow.
People are going, I've always wanted a bar of gold.
Who hasn't, really?
Yeah, I mean,
Never thought I'd get it at Costco, but I guess we'll get into that.
you get a good rate.
Yeah. Well, Joe, somebody call Paul Revere because the British are coming
Oh no!
for our jobs.
Oh fucking hell!
We'll get into that.
First, they took rock and roll from us. I mean, they never give it a rest.
Yeah, they invaded with rock and roll. Now they're coming for our jobs.
Well, we're going to need our jobs if we're going to keep paying Trent for the favorite new commodity for adults, which I know everything about, Lego. Cashing in on adults.
Former Lego master in the flesh,
In
Joe
the flesh,
Nunnick.
right here. Maybe we'll get into that.
Maybe we'll get into that.
But yeah, I've got a little intel on this. But Lego is cashing in on the adult market.
Wow.
It's making up a bigger pool of their market. And that's from the business section.
Wowee. Well, do you have one more?
No, that's it.
Okay, well, in our final story, friendships, they take work. And
As both of us know.
and we'll get into what you can do to make a friendship last in today's modern age.
Do they get
of
into how
technology.
to terminate one quickly?
They don't say that. They don't get into how to terminate one.
That's next week.
That's next week.
That's next week
Yeah.
on Echo Chamber.
Yeah.
Well, you know who's not friends, Trent? The
Who's that?
leaders of various countries in Latin America,
Yes, that's
where they
what I've
are
heard.
trading bars. This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Oh.
Yeah. Diplomacy devolves into schoolyard taunts in Latin America.
Jeez.
Forget black tie dinners or summits at picturesque locales. The leaders of some Latin America's biggest countries are instead taking a decidedly disdainful approach to diplomatic relations. In a region far from global conflicts, presidents here are instead embroiled in the kind of verbal spats commonly found at schoolyards.
Wow.
A war of words playing out on television and via posts on X.
Formerly Twitter.
That's the first time they didn't say formerly known as Twitter. They
Maybe
finally
the time has passed.
you think somebody typed it out and then looked at it for like
Yeah.
2 seconds and then
You're like-
slowly backspaced it?
Yeah.
They go, today's the day. It's just X.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Quote, ignoramus. Argentina's
Ignoramus.
president, Javier Milei, said
We've covered him
We
multiple
have.
times on
Yeah.
the. He loves dogs.
he's the guy who fucking cloned his dogs and he fucks his dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. He fucks his dogs and he clones them.
Yeah.
Look it up. This guy, the president of Argentina, he had a dog he was in love with and he made a clone of it and he fucks it in its ass every
And
day.
I believe he was also in like a rock cover band, maybe Kiss or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a weird guy.
Yeah.
But he's starting a lot of beef, as to be expected, from a
Yeah.
guy who clones his dog and screws his dog. Quote, shove your opinions wherever you can fit them, foreign minister.
Whoa.
Jan Gil said, directing his ire at two normally friendly presidents, Gustavo Petro of Colombia and Brazil's Luiz Lula da Silva, after they weighed in gingerly against a measure recently. People, I mean, all of these guys are they're all calling each other assholes and idiots all day long.
Are they doing it to their now? I know they're doing it on X, but are they doing it to their face as well?
Oh, like when they gather at summits and
Yeah.
stuff?
They
Oh, no.
get into that. Or this is mainly about X. Because
about,
that's the whole
X and
problem.
TV.
Because these people, they would not say this in real life.
Right, because everyone gets another touch of confidence on the internet.
Yeah.
They don't have in real life.
Right, exactly.
I used to say all kinds of things on the internet. If I saw any of those people in real life, I'd say, hey, Chuck Howard.
Hey, big fan.
Big fan.
Trent Mabry, big fan.
I say, on Twitter the night before, I could chop that guy's head up if I had the chance. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I don't know. There's something about all these countries. They're all doing this, but apparently it's hardly the first time this region has erupted in an insult
That's news
fest.
to me.
Yeah, sort of a lot of diss tracks happening in Latin America right
Wow.
now. Although past barbs tended to be aimed at the U.S., Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro, the late Cuban dictator, called President Ronald Reagan, quote, a madman, an imbecile, and a bum. In the 1980s, after the U.S. leader included Cuba in a group of outlaw states that sponsor terrorism. Reagan described the leader of those nations as the strangest collection of misfits, Looney Tunes, and squalid criminals since the advent of the Third Reich.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad, yeah.
I mean, can you say a bad thing about Reagan? Everything he did, from putting crack in the streets to creating modern capitalism as we know it, to the war on drugs.
He loved jelly beans.
Great actor.
Great actor.
He knew
Bedtime for
how to
Bonzo.
play the president. His biggest role yet. Ronald Reagan in his biggest role yet.
The president.
Access to social media seems to be fueling.
He had a minx of a wife, I hear.
Yeah, she did, or he did. Yeah, she was the BJ Queen, they call her. Yeah,
The throat goat.
The
they
throat
said.
goat. Yeah.
Old Hollywood.
Could suck you dry. Yeah. Lucky. I mean, he lived the great American life. Think about it. You're a Hollywood movie star.
Yeah.
You fucking marry the throat goat.
Yeah.
You're governor of California, getting fucking throated on every night by your wife. And you go to the fucking White House, where some of the most famous blowjobs have ever been had. Yeah. Fucking, you had the throat goat herself, Nancy Reagan, in the White House.
Right.
You had Monica.
Right.
I mean, Laura Bush.
Hillary.
Hillary, not so much.
No, not
Yeah.
yeah, Laura Bush.
You had
Barbara Bush.
Eleanor Roosevelt. Yeah, you've had a lot of big ones. I wonder which president's wife gave the most head. Obviously, probably Nancy, but
Probably Nancy. Or
You'd
maybe
think.
she was in her past her prime. Maybe she gave up. She's settled down.
you know who I think was a freak? Old Lady Bird Johnson.
With a name like Lady Bird.
Lady Bird Johnson. Well, it's alleged that that Johnson had a huge fucking cock.
Really?
He'd whip it out and like piss in front of they'd be out.
He used to take shits and while having meetings and stuff.
Yeah. He'd fucking take a dump and take a piss in the middle of a meeting and fucking show a guy's cock. And, yeah, he'd get in people's faces and pull out his dick and shit and did all these like animal power tactics.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was part of the action. She was like, yeah, fuck me up.
LBJ.
There's also Kennedy's wife. She was kind of a freak, right?
Jackie Kennedy Onassis.
Jackie O.
Jackie Kennedy Onassis, the most beautiful woman in the world.
Most beautiful woman of the
You always say that, and then you see a
You
big
look at her,
shit
she's like, she was so beautiful you wouldn't have to go knocking on every other lady's door. Huh?
I mean, if he famously cheated on with maybe the most beautiful woman in the world, Marilyn Monroe.
I think he famously cheated on her like every night with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, fucked everybody but her.
But she does have a great reservoir at Central Park.
Yeah, she's got a hell of a reservoir. And she paid the ultimate price. Yeah, so the concern for some is that the war of words happening in Latin America can lead to actions that can seriously damage relations. Venezuela's regime turned off water and power to the Argentine embassy last week after 6 opposition activists sought refuge, leading Malay's government to call on Maduro officials to respect diplomatic protocols. Maduro had previously called the Argentine leader an outlaw after the Argentine government had turned over to the U.S. a Venezuelan aircraft suspected of carrying crew members tied to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Quote, "They stole our plane, crazy Malay," said Venezuela's Maduro in a February 15th speech. "He acts crazy or is crazy or both. Argentina, which has become a leading critic of the Venezuela crackdown on the opposition, brushed off the insults. Quote, "What more can you expect from a donkey besides a kick?"
Oh, that's good. I like that.
That's
one.
pretty good. They got some good ones, said Argentina's presidential spokesman, Manuel Adorni.
Wow.
Yeah. But Malaya isn't one to back down from a verbal Donnybrook. You ever heard Donnybrook?
Yeah, I've heard of Donnybrook.
You've heard of Donnybrook? I've never heard that. It's a fight. He has some choice words for Mexico's president. Quote, "It's an honor that an ignoramus like Lopez Obrador talks badly about me," Malay said. "I'm flattered." I thought it was going to have more of a bite at the end.
I'm flattered. I guess it's more sarcastic.
Yeah, but it's something about Trent, it's something about the heat down there, I think is what it is.
They're fiery people.
There are fiery people. It's hot. You got a hot, blistering sun.
Yeah.
In Latin America, they like spice in their food.
Yeah.
I prefer cloudy.
They're passionate.
Passionate people.
Yeah.
They love the Minions.
They love the Minions.
They love the Minions. They love Shred. They like a lot of cartoons.
Yeah.
They like spice. They're passionate people. They love dancing and fighting and talking smack.
Yeah, they love fighting a bull.
But a lot of them are good people.
They're good people. They're good people. They have great insults. I like a lot of those insults.
Yeah, that being said, we got to do something about that border.
Well, Joe, this is from the Wall Street Journal. This is a bit of a new fashion trend.
Okay.
Headline: Fake braces create safe spaces for nerd chic.
I thought they were going to rhyme again.
No.
Okay, fake braces.
out.
So tell me about what are
fake
fake braces? I don't understand.
Well, fake braces. Well, it's. I mean, it doesn't necessarily say how. There's different variations, but people are putting on fake braces.
They don't need.
They
braces.
don't need braces.
They just pop them on. It's like an aesthetic
It's like
thing.
a
They pop 'em
grill.
on.
A grill. Remember grills
Yeah,
from Nelly?
I remember grills.
Paul Wall.
My friend Mitch has a grill now. Friend of the show. Welcome anytime.
I've heard about this. I've heard tell this grill.
He's rocking a grill.
All the time?
No, you had to take it out and it started smelling.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen.
Probably with the fake braces too.
Probably. Well, the phrase fashion braces may sound like an oxymoron to anyone who endured the years of pain and humiliation that accompany orthodontic intervention.
Oh, yeah. I remember getting braces, getting my fucking head shoved in the toilet, getting swirlies, wedgies, nuggies, atomic knuckle sandwiches. The amount of knuckle sandwiches I got with my braces.
Oh, man.
Called brace face, fuck face, dick tooth. Yeah.
Dick tooth.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I had a different experience.
What?
Because braces were widely accepted when I got them.
Well, everyone had them, but you still wish you didn't have them. I mean, you look like a fucking idiot.
But I got them right when Grills was popular, the song.
Really?
Yeah. And I think that
Rob
kind
the
of
jewelry
helped.
store, tell them to make
Yeah,
me...
so that's what I said. I went into my orthodontist, Daniel Martin. I said, Daniel Martin.
Daniel Martin, how the hell are you? What can I do for you?
He said, rob the jewelry store. It'll make me a grill. And that's what he did. He gave me braces. And perfect teeth. A perfect smile.
Yeah, they've held up.
And, yet purely ornamental, non-corrective braces have become a coveted accessory for young people cultivating a cool nerd look.
Yeah, what the fuck? Everything's upside down nowadays.
Quote,
My day, nerds were nerds and cool was cool.
and that's the way it was, and that's the way it should
Cool
be.
nerd look.
Quote, I get around 15 to 20 direct messages from people a day asking me where they can get them, said Chelsea Achulo, 18, who explained how to affix a set of affix a set using kitchen scissors and glue.
Sounds dangerous.
In a viral TikTok.
Glue.
Well, it is. We'll get into that.
Yeah, what?
Her video has accumulated 2 million views since she posted it in November 2023.
Wow.
Nerds are cool again.
Well, it's hip to be square.
It's hip to be square. You can thank Huey Lewis for that.
Yeah.
Thanks in part to Mew Mew's.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
We're so out of touch. Kids are wearing
Mew
braces.
Mew's Geek Chic show last year.
So they're wearing braces and fucking each other now.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're wearing braces. Well, I've also heard that they're having less sex. Kids are having less sex than ever before.
Yeah. Why have sex?
Why have sex? We can jack off and
When you can, when you
look at yourself, you're wearing fake braces.
Yeah. Why have sex when you can edge, goon? When you can goon, edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could knock yourself unconscious from masturbating. Why would you ever have sex again?
Now, a mouthful of metal, which often requires more commitment than slipping on a pair of readers, has gone from style.
Who the fuck wrote this?
Cassidy George.
Okay.
Has gone from style taboo to the ultimate flex for some, thanks to likes. Here's two more names. I have no idea who they are. Coy Leray and Steve Lacey.
No idea what's going on.
Couldn't name a single person.
Now, is this Gen Z or is this like an even younger generation?
Well, Gen Z.
It's Gen Alpha.
Could be Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
It's 18 and younger. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The vast majority of fashion braces,
I don't like them.
However, are not sold and applied by licensed dental professionals, which poses significant complications.
Right.
A cheaper set includes pre-made metal wires and brackets, imitations of braces, which are affixed to the teeth with adhesives such as nail glue.
Ugh. God. Who would want to do this to themselves? I don't understand. Teeth look great on their own.
Yeah. More expensive options include real braces installed at home using standard orthodontic adhesives.
Oh my God.
Like light-cured composite resin.
Honey, what are you doing up there? Shut up, Mom. I'm installing braces into my mouth. You just got yourself under a fucking lamp with like a couple mirrors.
That blue light.
Yeah, you got like 3 mirrors. You can see what you're doing. Injecting numbing solution into your mouth.
Ugh. Quote, I wouldn't recommend this to anyone because once you glue them on and tie in the wire, the teeth will want to move. Adding risks include tooth loss or gum recession.
Oh, that's not too bad. For the sake of looking like a cool nerd.
Yeah. So you'd have to be insane.
Let me see what they look like. Yeah, it's stupid. They're like kind of the transparent braces things.
Yeah.
I mean, it just looks bad.
It looks
I don't
dumb.
understand what's the appeal.
I don't get the appeal either, but we don't exactly have our finger on the pulse of fashion.
No.
But I guess it's a step above the fake glasses.
Fake glasses.
You know, people wear the fake glasses. It's all they don't really need the glasses for the frames. This is going beyond that. This is actually gluing things to your teeth.
They should take it to the next step and have the whole fucking wire that goes around your head.
Like Jimmy from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Yeah. The thing that goes around your face. Better yet, why don't you roll around on a wheelchair while you're at it? Why don't you fucking roll around on a wheelchair, fake braces,
well, that's
fake
not
glasses.
What I think part of this is we have to. Everybody it's kind of cool to be a victim now. So you
right.
you kind of you make up things. Everybody's life is so good now that they kind of make up ailments that they have.
Right, and then they look like they're enjoying the best of their lives despite their yeah. It's like somebody having like a birthmark on their.
Something like that. Fashion braces have ebbed in popularity since the early 2010s when they had a boom in Southeast Asia. The deaths of 2 teenagers in Thailand were linked in 2012 to infections they developed from fake braces. So they're killing people in Thailand. And the Thai government...
Thailand is always on the cutting edge of all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can name a lot of stuff they're on the cutting edge. The Thai government banned them in 2012, I think. So anyway, it's probably coming soon. A ban here is probably coming soon as well.
Well, the Thai government's impotent. They're leaders in ignoramus. I'm going to fire that off on Twitter, actually.
Kayo Odom, who runs an Etsy shop called Shimmer Smiles, is one of the few vendors on the platform who currently sells dental-grade fashion braces in the U.S. Her kits, which run from $75 to $105, are attached with a mild cure UV light.
Jesus.
In her care instructions, Odom writes that customers will need to visit the dentist to safely remove the product.
Yeah, right. Like anyone's doing that.
Yeah, if they do not fall off with natural wear and tear. The disclaimer reads, use at your own risk.
Also, isn't it bad for your teeth health? Because you're also just not brushing. Like, you can't brush your teeth when the shit's fucking on.
Right. Well, they're probably not telling you the proper way to brush with braces like your orthodontist would.
Well, even if you have, I mean, half your teeth are covered for like a long period of time.
Yeah, you have to get a special brush and you have to get a water pick.
A water pick?
I can guarantee none of these kids have a water pick.
They're probably not wearing their retainers.
Odom, who has made over 300 sales since she launched about 18 months ago, says her clientele is mostly women between 18 or 30.
Who the fuck is like 29 and doing this?
Yeah. Who often either can't afford braces or who want them for a short period of time. One of her repeat customers is Nina Samuels, who first noticed fashion braces on a classmate in her college program in North Carolina. Quote, I know it's probably weird for a 31-year-old to purchase fashion braces, Samuels said, but I've always been a colorful outcast.
Ugh. The last person I want to hang out with is a colorful outcast. I like my outcast dark and gritty. Fucking not bright and colorful.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
I couldn't agree more.
Colorful outcast. That's why I'm going to conform with a bunch of 16-year-olds. God, what a fucking loser. Well, Trent, speaking of grills, speaking of gold, this is from the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
Costco strikes gold with sale of bars. That's right. Craig Beauregard and Julia Edwards were at Costco shopping for groceries in December when they spotted a deal that was too good to pass up, a 1-ounce bar of gold.
Wow.
That's right. Beauregard, 33 years old, checked his phone and saw the bar's retail price of $2,069 was $3 below its on-the-spot price in financial markets. They threw it in the shopping carts.
Hold on. It cost $2,000 in the store.
Yeah.
But it's
$3 less than it's going for online.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I understood.
Yeah. And so without thinking for another second, he threw it in his cart. Because it was $3 under the market.
$3.
Right now, a commodity that goes up and down in value all the time. Yeah. So they threw it in their shopping cart. Can you imagine throwing a $2,000 bar of gold?
Get in there.
Throwing it in the shopping cart? Jesus Christ.
I just hope it didn't land on the bread.
Yeah, seriously. They threw it in their shopping cart next to a 7-pound bag of frozen chicken and a carton of Kirkland eggs.
Costco, I never, unless you have a family, unless you're the family from Cheaper by the Dozen, I never understood shopping at Costco.
Well, yeah, because the groceries are all in bulk. I just go there for the gold. I go there.
You're right. Well, it's $3 cheaper than market
gold
value. Yeah.
Americans can't get enough gold, apparently.
Yeah.
Costco, which started offering gold bars last year online and in a few stores, has been selling out within hours. Consumers rated gold as a better investment than stocks and mutual funds in 2023 for the first time in a decade, according to a Gallup poll. The price has been hitting record highs. Gold buyers, especially those on the younger side, say it is a hedge against catastrophe, as if they have any idea what the fuck they're talking about. What does that even mean? Natural disasters, wars in Ukraine and the Middle East, and the COVID-19 pandemic are fresh in the minds of many. There's also fears of financial calamity. So young people, their solution now, they got burned by crypto. They've seen up and downs, inflation. There's global crises. Anything could happen. The dollar could crash. They go, fuck it.
Right.
I'll go to Costco.
I'll buy gold.
I got the card. I get it $3 under the market. I'll get a bar of gold. And then what? You got to hide it in your house and hope you don't get fucking robbed?
Right. But I also, in theory, I understand the point of gold, but I don't understand what you do. Oh, the dollar crashed. It has no value.
Yeah.
Let me break off a piece of this gold.
Guess what the gold is worth.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't understand what happens next once the dollar crashes. What happens with the gold? I don't know. I don't get that.
Maybe the gold goes up. I don't know either. I don't know how any of it works.
Well, sure, it might go up, but what do you do with that? What do you do with the gold? Do you take it to the
a
You
gold
take it to the
dealer.
bodega.
Yeah, true, because you don't want cash at that point.
Yeah.
So do you? Yeah, right. Do you trade off like a piece of it for like chicken and food?
I don't know. That's what I've never been able to understand.
Yeah. Who do you broker it with?
Yeah.
After, I don't know. It seems
Crypto always made me laugh.
You know what's
Because they're like, oh, it's so high, it's worth $1 million. I'm gonna sell it for $1 million. It's way more valuable. It's way more trustworthy than dollars.
yeah. Right.
But you're selling it for actual money.
Right. And you're like, yeah. Clearly, that's where your value is.
Yeah.
'Cause your baseline value is how many dollars it's worth. Yeah. I don't understand either, because also, if the dollar collapsed and there was zero, you'd have way bigger problems. Like, guns would be a better investment of, like, warding off your neighbors.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
What do you protect your
Meals
gold?
ready to
you can't eat gold. You gotta have food and rice. You should be building an apocalypse dungeon. If this is your way of thinking, you should be building, like, a fucking bunker or something. Quote, I want something physical that I can hold, said Joey Roselli. What a fucking idiot.
It's like a fucking vinyl album.
Hold money, cash. Physical you can hold.
Yeah.
Quote, I'm protecting against a situation where there is hyperinflation. The guy who doesn't even understand how that works. I mean, I don't, if it's hyperinflated, your gold would just have the same value as whatever the dollar is worth.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm the wrong guy to ask about
me
this.
too. The bars, less than 2 inches long, are sold primarily online from Swiss-based refiner MKS PAMP or South Africa's Rand refinery. Costco sends out gold. I'm sure that this is definitely not created on the fucking backs of poor people in a fucking mine somewhere. This sounds
Blood
dubious.
gold.
Anybody who's getting gold below the market price sounds like they might be in some dubious business. Why is it that only Costco has it below the market price?
Right, yeah.
They don't even explain that. But a select few stores across the country have stocked them in the jewelry department where they've been selling out quickly. If you want Costco bars, you've got to track the truck.
You gotta track the truck.
Jared Nagano said he was told by his store employee. In other words, keep track of what the stores are restocking.
Stakeout. They stake out the store.
The 31-year-old bought 2 bars while on vacation in Las Vegas. Yeah, seems like a smart guy. Blackout in Las Vegas. Let me buy 2 bars of gold. As if I haven't lost enough money in the city. He had been searching Costco stores around San Francisco ever since. Quote, I trust Costco.
I trust Costco's the dumbest
Nagansco
thing.
said, quote, and it's such a good deal.
It's $3 cheaper. You can't beat that.
It's $3. So, but in theory, right, these Costco's have warehouses.
Sure.
Like bigger warehouses that go into all the stores.
Yeah.
So somewhere, there was a fucking warehouse with a mountain of gold.
Wow.
And if we found the warehouse, Trent, we could go there, buy it wholesale. Save $3 per bar on top of the $3.
Wow.
Save retail.
Wow. That's
So yeah,
that's wild.
I don't understand it. I don't know why people are buying gold. It seems like something that like Yukon Cornelius would do. You know what I mean?
It's a
Silver and gold. Buy $2,000.
It's a scheme straight from the mind of Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, wouldn't you rather buy like a fucking brand new couch and a TV? Like, what are you going to do? A bar of gold? Now you got to keep track of where your $2,000 bar of gold is.
Yeah.
That's also sized perfectly for your girlfriend you went to Costco with to slip in her fucking purse and hit the road. Women. You can't trust
You
them.
can't fucking trust them.
Pack her purse up with the gold and hit the road.
Gives new meaning to the word gold digger, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But she's not breasting with no broke. So anyway.
What you did there?
Well, speaking of money, losing money, the U.S., this is not another story not good for the U.S.
Oh, no.
This is from the Wall Street Journal. The British are coming for high-salary U.S. jobs.
Bastards.
Dateline London.
Ugh.
When Margot Robbie hosted a pool party at the Barbie Dreamhouse in last year's hit film Barbie, she was thousands of miles away from sunny Malibu on a soundstage in a commuter town about an hour outside of London. Barbie was mostly filmed at Warner Brothers UK studios, the flashiest example yet of Britain's rising role in global film production. Quote, I want Hertfordshire to be the next Hollywood, UK Treasury Chief Jeremy Hunt told a newspaper here last year.
A giant sign of Hertfordshire on the fucking hilltop. Looking out the window there. Look at the Hertfordshire sign.
Hertfordshire.
Yeah. Baby, we made it to Hertfordshire. You're going to be a star.
City of Lights. City of Dreams. It isn't just films. U.S. businesses are sending all types of work across the Atlantic drawn by depressed UK salaries.
Salaries are depressed.
Tax incentives and a weak currency.
Well, they gotta get gold, Trent.
The pound.
Pound could crash any day. You gotta go to Costco.
The pound is weak. This isn't the traditional outsourcing model of the 2000s, which saw the mass relocation of U.S. manufacturing jobs to China. Or call centers to India and other parts of the developing world. Instead, the UK's cost advantage has collided with the rise in remote work to allow high-skilled jobs, software developers, consultants, lawyers, film producers, to be done by people in Britain.
Ugh. Makes me sick.
Makes me sick to my fucking stomach.
The next Hollywood.
Quote, in the old models of outsourcing, you'd give the outsourcing company the boring work. But there's the new breed of outsourcing that is cheaper, but also often creative, says Matt Buckland, who spent 2 decades as a tech recruiter in the UK for companies including Facebook. You might...
Meta, formerly known as Facebook.
Meta. You might still give your team in Hyderabad basic Python code, but in the UK, you might give them AI. Whatever the fuck that...
I don't even know
what the fuck that means.
It meant anything. The fuck is he saying?
Surging wages and staff shortages in the U.S. are further incentives to look across the pond.
Across the pond.
The average salary for a back-end software developer in the U.S. is near $130,000, though closer to $175,000 in cities such as San Francisco and New York. The Big Apple. According to data from global recruitment agency Robert Half, in the UK, a developer's average salary is about $66,000.
Wow. That's nothing.
Nothing. Chump change.
That's only 33 bars of gold. Wow.
Yeah. So you can put that in your closet.
What a deal.
You can put that in your closet.
Yeah.
The cost of living explains only part of the gap. Software developers in Cleveland, one of the poorest major U.S. cities, can out-earn peers in London by about $40,000.
That's pretty embarrassing for London, to be honest. How did they become the new Cleveland? You know what I mean? It's like supposed to be like a financial capital of the world.
Right.
But now they're like fucking might as well be a town in Ohio. They got people making $50,000 a year as software engineers.
They've fallen on tough times.
Yeah, well, Britain's fallen on hard times before.
Yeah, it's not a good look. Well, Brexit. That's to blame.
Yeah, they really bungled Brexit. God, they bungled it. They fucked it up so bad. They fucked it up. They had like 12 prime ministers, and they fucked it. It was a terrible idea to begin with, and now they just got Boris Johnson's riding around on a bicycle.
Yeah, I don't even think he's the guy anymore.
No, they're on the fucking...
Rishi Sunak,
Rishi Sunak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose big idea was to raise the smoking age every year.
1 year at a time. Every year for 99 years. Yeah. He's got fucking half-baked pipe
He's
dreams.
a half-baked. He's a half-wit.
He's a half-wit with half-baked schemes.
Yeah. Quote, the strength of the U.S. economy over the last 15 years has pushed wages up and made it more attractive to offshore, said Nick Bloom, a Stanford University economics professor who studies outsourcing. Bullshit job. If you're based in New York or San Francisco, it's now going to be cheaper to offshore to northern England than to Mississippi or Alabama.
Wow.
Also, it's such a scumbag, greedy asshole thing to do.
Yeah. Hire someone and
pay somebody that lives in the country you're based in.
Right. Why don't you move your fucking company out there? Yeah. Yeah, it is evil. It should be illegal.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to hire anyone outside of the country for anything.
No. JP Morgan Chase said it is the largest tech employer in Scotland and recently built a new hub in Glasgow to house thousands of employees working on technologies including machine learning.
Why don't those fucks go back to making scotch and boats? Why don't you make fucking shipping freighters and scotch whiskey?
Enough with the machine. The machines, they know enough already.
They know enough.
Danny Lopez, chief executive of cybersecurity software firm Glasswall, bullshit company, said nearly all of its software engineers are based in the UK, even though 90% of the company's revenue comes from the US. Having cheaper UK cost base makes his business more competitive in the US market, he said.
Wow.
Fuck you,
Fuck
you
these guys.
scumbag asshole.
Yeah. So no one can get a fucking job anymore.
Yeah.
Every job you apply to is like 500 other applicants. Nobody reads anybody's fucking cover letter anymore.
No.
You have to know a guy who's fucking sucking the cock of the owner of the company to get a fucking time of day interview. Right. Everyone's too afraid to leave their job because you'll never find another job again. It's like, forget it. If you got a job, whatever job you have right now, you're locked in for the rest of your life.
You're fucked. That's
the
it.
days of shopping around are done.
Yeah. It stinks. We live in hell. Cost is just one of many factors that make the UK attractive as an offshoring hub. The time zone, common language, and similar education systems are bonuses, business owners say. Structural trends also play a role. The insurance industry, for example, has been boosted by restructuring of global supply chains and demand for specialty policies covering natural disasters or pandemics, areas in which the London insurance market has expertise. The UK studio where Barbie was filmed, originally an aircraft production site during World War II, stayed busy last year with shooting for a Beetlejuice sequel. Yet, set to be released this year. Amazon and Netflix are also expanding studio space in the UK.
We forget this. We fucking bailed them out in World War II. We fucking went over there and we fucking invaded France with their asses, bailed their asses completely out.
Yeah.
And now they're taking all of our jobs over there.
Now they're fucking us.
Now they're fucking us around. When have they ever done anything for us?
Never.
All they ever did was fucking, we rebelled against them, and then they came back in 1812 and burned down the fucking White House.
Yeah.
We shoot them off again. We bailed them out in 2 world wars, and now they're coming over and stealing our jobs.
They created the office. We took it. We made it better.
So
fuck you. They haven't done anything for us.
Yeah, they took rock and roll. They made that better. We can't sell a fucking rock and roll record to save our lives after the British invasion.
Yeah, that's true. They did one thing. Jay Rosenwink, an executive at Warner Brothers in the UK, said salaries in the country are lower and labor contracts aren't as strict as in the US, where many film industry workers are part of powerful unions. The country's appeal also includes a tax credit, which allows film productions to claw back around 25% of their budget. Warner Bros. Plans to add 400,000 square feet and 10 new sound stages to its studio outside of London by 2027. Quote, the UK's competitive edge is that it's fundamentally cheaper than the US. That's a fact, said Rosenwink.
Fuck them. Fuck them all. I say we build a wall between us and the UK. In the middle of the Atlantic. It goes up like 6,000 feet. You can't even fly an airplane over it. Well, how high do airplanes go? No, high airplanes go.
No idea.
Yeah, I guess like 30,000.
30,000 feet, yeah.
You have to go higher.
They have to go higher. But of course, airplanes now, they don't make them like they used to.
Well, now with the internet, they stay there. They don't even need to. Yeah, it's tough. Well, Trent, we're going to take a little flight from England to Denmark.
Oh.
The home of the Danish inventors of Lego.
Yes. They say it's the happiest place on Earth.
Oh, they've got the happiest toy on Earth.
Lego.
Not just for kids anymore. This from the Wall Street Journal.
Was it ever really for kids? I guess we'll get into it.
I think so, yeah, originally. Yeah, for sure.
Adults always had fun, too.
Oh, they were always stubbing their toes. It's from the Wall Street Journal. Lego cashes in on adults. Oh. Wrong one. Grown-ups are now a gold mine for Legos.
Oh.
Yeah, they're taking their bars of gold and they're fucking... that's what you do with them. You take them down to the Lego store and you get one
Cashing them in for a Millennium Falcon.
You get one of those and then they cut off like an eighth of it and they take the rest and give you a Millennium Falcon. Dateline Manchester, England. Well, I guess we're still in England. Fuck. Damn it. We can't get away from these guys. Lego has always been a toy for children, but try telling that to its legion of adult fans. Grown-up builders often rediscovering Lego after what aficionados refer to as the, quote, dark age. The void separating childhood fandom from its resumption as an adult. God, usually filled by fake braces, are increasingly helping cement the Danish company's status as the world's biggest toy maker by sales.
Wow.
You see, Trent, Lego has doubled the size of its range targeting people over the age of 18 since the line's launch in 2020 and has made a series of ads aimed at older builders with the slogan, Adults Welcome.
Sure.
That's right. The best part of the company's perspective is that adults will pay grown-up prices that kids could only dream of.
Sure.
Think $850 Millennium Falcons.
Really?
$680 Titanics.
Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a bit much.
Well, they're pretty big. Well, I don't know anyone has a space for them.
Yeah, not here.
No, I would buy more, but I don't know what I'd do with them because you can't hide them, and I wouldn't want to display them. You know, it's it's kind of embarrassing. Yeah. Although we'll get into that. They say it's not embarrassing anymore.
That's what they say.
It's not embarrassing anymore.
Well, you bring a lady over.
I read that in the newspaper.
Actually, they say it's not embarrassing.
Yeah, and I read that. that in the Wall Street Journal.
So trust me.
Yeah. So
There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Yeah. The Wall Street Journal told me so.
Where are you going?
When Lego first developed its plastic bricks in the 1950s, it had little clue that its colorful spaceships, racing cars, and castles would ever appeal to anyone besides children. Over time, it noticed that many former child fans carried their love of Lego into adulthood, becoming what the company calls AFOLs.
What is it?
AFOLs, or adult fans of Lego.
Oh, okay.
Now, I knew many of an AFOL back in my Lego days.
Yeah, well, you were a Lego master at Legoland. I don't know if we've ever really discussed this on the podcast.
If you know this, I used to work in Kansas City as the Lego master at Legoland Discovery Center in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And we would have, there would be all kinds of adults that would come in and, pick my brain about, how to, enhance their fucking builds. And these guys, have no life except for Lego, you know? They'd go to I would see them at conventions. They would have their own little. There's a group called the Brick Lab that is just truly 40-year-old guys that are single. They just build. They have their little Lego workshops in their basement.
Yeah,
and they would put together these things and display them. Right, like a convention.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole show, Lego Masters, where people
they talk about that. That's added to the rise of Lego adult fandom. So eventually, the company realized that adults were a potentially lucrative audience in their own right, prompting a shift in strategy. For many adults, buying Lego had previously triggered, quote, a kind of embarrassment. They would go into the store and have an imaginary nephew or niece they'd be buying for.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, my niece.
Yeah, my niece.
Yeah, my nephew.
Yeah.
Said,
that's what when I go to the sex store, I say, this is for my niece.
Yeah, the pulsating dildo with the cock rings. Yeah. And that actually happened to me one time. I bought that butt plug for a sketch.
Yeah,
and I went to the sex shop up the street.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Do you want the one that vibrates?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I just need the really basic ones for a comedy sketch." And he goes, "All right, buddy." I'm like, "No, it really is." Yeah. He goes, "Dude, it's cool." Butt plug's cool, man. You like shoving things up your asshole.
It's cool.
That's what gets you off.
It's cool.
It's cool. It's just a sick little fuck. That's what gets you off. Yeah. And then I tried it, obviously, and I liked it, and I went back and I got the vibrator. So,
and I should have listened.
I should have listened. Okay. Well, Lego's, the new packaging. So they started packaging the 18 and up models.
More adult oriented.
It's less black, flashy. It looks sleek. It's
because my ex-girlfriend got me the Seinfeld Lego.
Well, she knew you were a bit of an AFOL.
She knew I was an AFOL.
For some reason, she left you. AFOL Trent Baber.
She got me the Seinfeld Lego set.
No, the Seinfeld Lego set. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but they've repackaged them to make them less embarrassing to buy. And they did this all in 2020, and the timing, of course, could not have been better.
Yeah, everyone was home, stuck at home.
That's right. Millions are trapped for the pandemic. And just like you mentioned,
they had to stay home. They had to flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve and erect a Lego castle. Yeah, that's right. Well, the toy's popularity among adults has been aided by a reality TV show, The Lego Masters.
The Lego Masters.
A Lego-backed series in which contestants tackle building challenges. And yeah, we looked into doing the Lego Masters when it came out.
Yeah.
My assistant and I used to have a Lego assistant.
Yeah.
And we contacted them, and they said that people who worked like at Legoland or Lego were disqualified.
Ineligible.
Because you had to be...
Yeah.
It's for amateurs.
Yeah. You had an advantage.
You had to be amateur AFOLs.
Yeah. They went pro Lego Master.
Overqualified.
Right.
Yeah, overqualified. Quote, nowadays it's not so geeky, said adult fan Sian Twayam.
It's like adult braces.
Yeah. Who got into Lego while she was on maternity leave from her... Yeah, of course. You know, but that's why you shouldn't get maternity leave. You know, people just sit home, they fucking play with toys all day. It's a bullshit leave.
Bullshit leave. Yeah.
It's a bullshit leave. No, I'm just kidding. Her job was a pharmacist in the central English town market,
job.
Harborough. Is that the new Hollywood?
Hertfordshire.
Quote, you could have a set on your coffee table and no one would bat an eyelid.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
Depends on the set.
Well, it's less embarrassing for a
Maybe
girl.
yeah.
Because if you go to a girl's house and she has a Lego set, almost any guy's going to be like, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
But if I'm a guy...
You want to get married?
70% of women that come over and see a giant fucking tassel on my coffee table...
Right.
Automatic red flag.
But for chicks, they make the Legos that are like flowers and shit. You wouldn't bat an eye at that stuff. But the guy stuff, they make cool stuff.
What am I gonna have Optimus Prime on my? Yeah. I didn't know I was hooking up with a virgin over here. You know? At best, you're hoping to be like the quirky guy. You know that she's
which has worked for me so far. Well, Joe, we're getting a little visit from our friends at the Personal Journal. One of our favorite sections.
Favorite way to end the podcast,
yes,
too. With a little visit down Personal Journal lane.
And one of our favorite topics, friendship.
Only has ups.
Well, Joe, this is the headline. Friendships need nurturing, so make scarce time count.
What?
Our relationships can benefit from quick exchanges if we do them right.
So keep it quick is the moral of the story.
Well, I mean, in this fast-paced world we've built for ourselves, go, you don't always have time to talk to your friends. Maybe you shoot them a text. Not as good. But there's ways to fix that.
Okay, well, let's hear about it. And who wrote this? I want to get to know the writers more.
We've read quite a few. She's a favorite in the Personal Journal, one of our favorite sections of the Personal Journal. She's Elizabeth Bernstein. Yeah. Feel like you don't spend enough time with your friends? You're not alone.
I knew where that was going.
Too often, busy schedules prevent us from having long, meaningful phone chats or meandering split-the-bottle dinner conversations. Instead, we shoot each other quick "How are you?" text, forward articles or memes, and promise that we'll find time to talk later.
Yeah, friendship can't survive on memes alone, Trent.
No, it sure can't. These short bursts of communication can feel totally unsatisfying, and they don't really help us bond because we're not connecting emotionally. Yet our friendships can benefit from quick exchanges. Call them friendship snacks. If we do them right.
Why call them that?
Why? Yeah. Why does everything...
What if we didn't call them that? I was thinking we'd get a friendship snack
a quick
tonight.
Friendship
you want to do a snack? Was it a quickie? You're going to fucking tug me off real quick?
Bite-sized communications should be nutritious, not filled with empty calories.
Jesus Christ.
The key is to make an emotional connection. Try speaking rather than texting. A voice memo or 5-minute phone chat is warmer and more personal.
What I love about the Personal Journal
Yes.
is that a lot of the articles feel like they're written for someone who just got hit by a car and has like brain damage.
Yeah.
And
They're in for
like
a guy
they're talking
that's playing with Legos.
Yeah. Try asking how are you to somebody. That's like what half of these articles are like.
Yeah. Bonus points if you share a funny memory or inside joke.
That's insane.
Humor helps bond people.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you were. I don't know if you were aware of that.
This is the most patronizing thing I've ever heard.
A healthy friendship snack is nourishing, says Natalie Pennington, an assistant professor of communication studies at Colorado State University in Fort Collins, Colorado. Bullshit state.
Bullshit university, bullshit job.
Who studies how we connect with our friends. It's fruit and veggies, not potato chips.
Why is it all food and nutritious stuff analogies?
That's what they decided to go with.
All right, fine. You know what? I'm going to have a better attitude about the rest of this article going forward. I've been kind of jumping down your throat about it.
It's important for friends to spend time together, of course. It takes 200 hours together for two people to move from acquaintances to close friends, research shows.
Oh, we only have 170 podcasts left before we become close friends.
Do you think that's true? I don't think so.
Well, it's one of those things where they say you have to do 10,000 hours or something to become a master at
Malcolm Gladwell.
Which, by the way, he's clearly out of ideas. I was in the bookstore at the airport yesterday.
Yeah.
His newest book is called like Strangers or something. It's like what you don't know about the people you don't know. And I was like, this guy's making shit up at this point.
Yeah. Well, he made up everything. The 10,000 hours is made up. It's all bullshit.
But he had a couple of Blink and the other one. That's fine. But now, I mean, he feels like he puts out a book a year, and it's like, how much new insight can you have?
You got to feed the beast. He's got to feed the beast.
yeah, he does. Malcolm Gladwell was like a fucking hamster on a wheel. They just like never let. Someone's got a gun to his head. Come up with another book.
Fuck. 20,000 hours.
30,000 hours. I think he's a master of bullshit. I think he's put his 10,000 hours.
But here's the thing. I'm either. I don't know how you feel about friendships, but I'm all in at the first minute, or it's never gonna work. I'm either close friends. I can hit it off with somebody like that. I've never grown on somebody. You're either in.
Oh, you never grown on somebody?
Or nobody's ever grown on me.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe they've only ever grown on me in the first like 3 or 4 times I've hung out with them.
Yeah.
So there's been people who I didn't necessarily like or care for at first or second, but the third or fourth time, yes. But not over the course of years.
No. Not over 200 hours.
200 hours. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. One woman told me that she and a friend exchange a list of 3 things that are grateful for each morning.
What a fucking chore that would be. Jesus
An
Christ.
absolute nightmare.
Imagine missing your list one morning. Kathy's going, where's your list?
Okay, well, thought we were friends, but
That you were going to have
I
a
made
list.
my list, and I guess you had better things to do. A man said he recently sent photos he took of cherry blossoms.
Of his penis.
Cherry blossoms in bloom in Washington to remind friends spring was on the way.
What is this article, dude? Fuck that guy. If I get that text, I block your number,
Spring is on the way. Don't forget.
Doesn't that sound like the opposite of what she's advocating for? That sounds like a trite and hollow thing that has no personal touch. Spring is on the way. What does that have anything to do with your relationship with somebody?
It doesn't. Several people mentioned texting their friends whenever they came to mind, just to say hi.
That sucks too, because the last thing you need is to be inundated by 500 texts every day.
Right. Well, you're flattering yourself if you think 500 people are thinking of you every day.
Well, no, I'm saying if I'm messaging everyone whenever I think of them,
right?
And if we're all doing that,
then we all that would be a nightmare.
Yeah,
I less time texting. No, I don't need it. I could if I never got another text in my life, I'd be happy.
Same. People say get an iPhone. You can be in the group chat. Yeah. Why on earth would I want to be?
Don't get me fucking started
in the group chat.
The group chat. I'm in a group chat right now. You can't. The thing with the group chat is you can't leave. Otherwise, you're labeled an asshole.
Oh, I've been in a let's go play soccer group chat on with all these comedians that I don't know very well on Instagram for a year that I don't know how to get out of.
No, I'm trying to find. It's impossible to leave.
You have to wait till there's no notifications and then slip out. Then they might get a notification that you left.
They do. They send you a notification that you leave.
It's crazy.
You're stuck in there for until you shuffle off the mortal coil. Anyway, these recording voice memos work too.
I like a voice memo.
I like a voice memo too because texting you can misread something. It doesn't capture the tone.
No.
These recordings,
And I've said that to a lot of women. I go, well, I didn't know the tone.
These recordings, which are sent through a messaging platform, let your friend hear your voice. They also have the benefit of being asynchronous.
What?
I don't know what that is.
Asynchronous.
Be considerate. Don't ramble on. A voice memo should not be a monologue, says Nina Badson, who hosts a podcast on Friendship Bullshit Podcast.
It's a bullshit podcast.
She recommends picking a point to convey and keeping the message under a minute.
Are they talking about having to leave a voicemail? It's basically the same thing.
Voicemail.
Sure, but it's...
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like,
You're
that's like the same...
It is a voicemail.
It's like someone saying how to leave a voicemail. Every voicemail is like under 30 seconds, and it gets right to the point. Who's rambling on?
You're right. You're right.
This is written for a guy who got hit by a car and forgot how to live in society.
Yeah.
That's what this article's for.
Be funny. Laughter brings people closer.
Dance, monkey.
It reduces
Be funny.
anxiety and diffuses tension and stress. It also helps people to open up and disclose more about themselves, research shows. Quote, I love that the idea is just be funny. Most people I've met don't have a single funny bone in their body.
Whoever wrote this doesn't have a single funny bone in their body.
Quote, when you make a friend laugh, you're giving them a gift. Says
Jesus Christ.
Jennifer
crazy.
Aker,
It's a psychotic article.
At Stanford University.
Well, here's the thing. We also don't need researchers and and behavioral analysts
She
to
teaches
talk about how to have a friendship with
But
somebody.
Joe, she teaches a class on humor.
Oh, God. Yeah.
She
I bet
recommends
that's awesome.
she
But that's a lot of fun.
She recommends you share a funny memory to get the greatest boost. Quote, the idea is
You
to
know what'd be
tap
really
into
funny?
what brings you both
It'd
joy.
be really funny and humorous if she got hit by an anvil, fell from the sky and hit her skull.
Yeah. Like Looney Tunes. That always made me laugh.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
They knew comedy.
They knew comedy.
Looney Tunes should be teaching that fucking class.
Yeah.
This
I
guy
want
with
Professor Bugs Bunny.
It's two construction workers.
Memes fine at times is what this says. They're a super quick, low effort way to communicate, and research shows that we feel more connected to our friends when they send us a meme they think we will enjoy because it makes us feel that they get us.
It makes us feel less connected?
More connected.
Oh, okay.
Because they get us. They get our humor. Sharing a funny meme.
Jesus Christ.
When you do share memes or videos, send something that speaks directly to your friendship, hitting on a common interest or memory. Quote, it's like receiving a postcard in the mail.
Hey, can I see this real
It's
quick?
brief. Yeah. Yeah. It's like receiving sending a meme is like receiving a postcard in the mail, except not at all. Sending a postcard requires you to go to the post office by a
That
stamp.
article makes me want to find a new newspaper for the podcast. That is infuriating. That's psychotic.
Yeah, it's insane. It's crazy.
I feel bad for her husband. She's got to fucking go home to.
Yeah.
She's sending him pictures of fucking cherry blossoms and texting him what she's grateful for,
Yeah.
sending him a humorous meme.
Yeah, it sounds like a god-awful nightmare. It's no way to live.
That sucks.
Yeah, it stinks.
You
Well-
know, you don't need behavioral analyst
No, all those
to have
jobs.
friendships. You don't need fake braces
No.
to be cool. You don't need a fucking bar of gold to insulate yourself from the
Right.
future, which you can't
Yeah.
predict.
Yeah.
And
No, all you need is a podcast with your friend and roommate.
that's right. Jesus Christ. Well, that has been this episode of Echo Chamber Podcast. Please like and subscribe, review, tell
Yeah.
your friends about the podcast.
All that shit.
Thank you for listening, as always. So there's construction happening outside. Let's wrap this thing up.
Construction
As always.
9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is Joe signing off.
And this is Trent signing out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.